Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello. Can you all hear me? Okay. We've been having some technical difficulties
Yeah,
You,
I can hear you.
because
you
I'm a little
suddenly
bit.
have
That's great because I'm absolutely hopeless at live streaming, which isn't made easier by the fact that it's live. To be honest. Rightio. How are we all doing today, guys?
Yeah, not too bad.
Relatively good. Relatively good. About the same, to be honest. I ran around like a headless chicken for the past 10 minutes trying to sort this out, as I'm sure these guys can attest to. So today we're going to be watching the snake challenge. I missed that. That feels like it feels longer ago than it was, to be honest.
It was nearly 5 months, in fairness.
That is, yeah, which is quite mad. So I am joined by. Hang on, I'm going to go over to this, and hopefully this works. There we go. Yeah, we got a video in the background. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, my name's David Edwards. I'm currently stuck in Shropshire, but have done numerous tube style challenges before, but I've never done the snake before until this attempt.
We've got Irish Dave.
Otherwise known as Dave McCormick, otherwise known as @RailwayDave on Twitter. This was my first tube challenge, actually. I'd never done any kind of tube challenge before this, and yeah, it was a humdinger.
And we have, I don't know if he's actually... Is his audio playing at all, Hugo? Is he still...
I haven't heard a peep out of him yet.
Haven't heard a peep out of Hugo. Interesting.
He may join later, though.
But he is here.
He is here. And we have Mr. Tom Kell.
Who's that? Oh, that's me. Yeah. Well, you just did. But yeah, Tom Cal. For Tom Cal on Twitter.
Oh, wow. Look at him. He's got to get that in straight away.
Got to get that bit of promotion.
Tom,
all
your
that-
microphone
all
is
that.
a tad on the quiet side. You may wish to go into your settings and do something about that.
Professional as ever, doing a mic check whilst
I
streaming.
know. Mic check while streaming. It's just
Professional with a
fantastic.
P.
It's absolutely great. This stream is absolutely off to the best of start. But thank God we're all casual over here. And it really
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
we're not producing TV content, so
That's
don't
just
matter.
it. That's just it.
I am trying to cook at the same time.
Oh, what are you cooking?
They're finished, so.
Okay. Well, yeah, so a bit of background to the snake challenge. We done it in, was it November last year?
Yep. I think it was the 11th of November. I'll just double check that.
Yeah, so it was November last year, and the challenge is basically a mad dash around, oh, a good, what, half of the tube? A little bit under half. And
Yeah, just a little bit under half.
tad under half. And what you do during it is you're trying to, or you're not trying to, you are taking the longest route round a tube that you can take without going through the same station twice. So you start off all the way up in Epping, and you finish all the way down in Heathrow. And tell you what, I'm going to start the video because Hugo does a much better job of explaining it than I do, even though he's not currently here. I don't know where Hugo is. Hugo has vanished on us. But yeah, let's go. And
As he did
hopefully-
during the actual challenge.
Exactly, as he did during the actual challenge. Hopefully, you guys can actually see this. If I hit play now, you can always see and hear that.
Yeah, all good here.
Perfect.
Yeah, all good here as well.
Brilliant.
So,
So
I should probably just clarify as well. The snake has a very set route, as Amari has said. I
love
believe
that
it's
intro.
not the only route though to cover. So there are 128 stations you can stitch together without visiting.
Okay, before someone goes, does anyone want to explain what's actually going on? Yeah, 128 very specific stations. We're going to see the route any second now.
Yeah, so this route, not the only route with 128 stations in it. So the challenge for anyone who's watching, if you can come up with another route that has 128 stations in it, let us know.
Without Crossrail.
Without Crossrail. Yes, I should clarify, it's only using be 270 London Underground tube stations.
Yeah. So we've got, what time was this? This was about 10 in the morning. No, that was...
Well, so the first group to set off were...
Oh, we've been joined by Hugo.
The first group to go off was me and at Ignored Ambience on Twitter. The two of us set off at 10 past 10.
Yep.
Then at 10:30 was
Rob Lomas.
Rob Lomas, yeah.
Yep.
Right. Mr. Edwards, I believe you set off at 10:50.
Yep.
That is correct.
There was then a gap, I think. Or I have a feeling there wasn't a train at 11:10 out of Epping or something
Yes,
like
that's correct. We missed... Oh, didn't miss
service-
a train. A train didn't materialise because it ended up being a Rail Adhesion train, so they cancelled a train.
The service kind of fell apart after about 11 o'clock at Epping.
Yeah.
So then, was it Jenny left at 11:30? Or was there somebody else before?
Yeah, I believe so.
And then... Or was it... Or did hang on. Was Adam on this or not?
Yes, he was. He left at 11:50, I think.
Right. And here, this
No,
now...
'cause hang on, because
Here's the route.
I remember
Editing this route was, or editing this little bit of the video, this was meant to be a placeholder, and then I was too lazy to do it properly. So that is why the editing of this looks so absolutely awful with
be honest, it looks
this
pretty
terrible
good.
motion
I
tracking.
really wouldn't worry about it. No, I think thinking back, I think Adam must have left at 11:30. I think Jenny left at 11:50. I think you guys, Tom and Amari left at 12:10, and then no, you guys left at 12:30 because David Gubbins
We
left.
were last.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because David-
me and Tom were last to leave.
and I'm pretty sure it was that.
He was my arrival.
And I'm pretty sure it was that order because I remember how it finished.
Oh, I can individually change your guys' mic levels. That's perfect. I'm turning Tom all the way up. There we go. Tom, you're way quiet. You're just always quiet. So yeah, this was
Tom, quiet?
I know, right? It's an absolute mental statement to make. Hey guys, how are we all doing in chat?
Oh, Hugo has disappeared.
Haha. Hugo is desperately trying to claw his way onto this call.
That's on you.
Absolutely desperately. But he's with us in
Probably a
spirit.
million bombs in there.
He's with us in
Now?
he's with us in spirit and on screen.
Hang on, I think that was a no from Hugo. Try again.
Yep.
Hugo! Hugo is here!
You want to still have a good lead over the people behind you.
I don't want to interrupt myself.
Only about 5 minutes.
Also, people in the live stream chat, let us know if this audio balance is okay for you. If you need us to turn down the video audio, then just let us know, we will. Because I done an entire live stream the other day where I was playing OpenBVE, where my microphone was ridiculously quiet, and no one told me. So I was basically just streaming a train going, "Hi guys, how are you doing?"
I'm fast.
And no one could hear a thing I said, and that shows exactly the amount of entertainment value that I add to YouTube.
I'm doing a
Dude,
bit of
what's
inception
it called?
here. On one screen, I've got the Discord stream, and the other stream, I've got the YouTube stream.
Oh wow!
I put the YouTube screen up, the stream up and muted just to make sure everything's going all right.
Yeah.
Good luck. We're gonna catch you.
Yeah. So there's Mr.
It
Gubbins.
is, yes, Mr. Gubbins, the eternal, the rivalry between me, Tom, and Mr. Gubbins begins, which a lot of people in the YouTube comment section have taken ridiculously seriously,
Oh god.
as if we have some kind of actual problem with each other, which we do not. We've got a bit of a classic 360 camera panning shot there. I absolutely love using this camera.
So it's basically two 180-degree fisheyes back to back. Is that how it works? Technically speaking.
Yes, it is.
Just a comment, looking at the both streams, one seems to be lagging me.
I think.
One seems to be what?
I'd say it's possible to get him.
So the Discord stream that we can see is about 30 seconds ahead of the actual YouTube live.
That's how.
Yep,
you,
that's how live streaming works. That's why you guys couldn't just watch it.
I think we'll catch him late.
No, that's fine, but I'm just double
I
checking.
think
Yes.
parts of us not seeing
Is it not off-putting listening back to your own voice on stream? I've gotten used to it, to be honest, because as someone who edits videos of themselves and has to constantly listen to their own stupid voice, you kind of, after a while, desensitize to it.
Yeah, I used to do some camera work and video editing, so I very much have the same.
Exactly. The one that really still only gets to me is I've had this YouTube channel long enough now, through my adolescence, that there are several videos of me pre-voice breaking. So we've been waiting in a cold Epping station. I can hear my own voice coming back through for some weird reason.
What was that on
Yeah,
Hugo, your mic is picking up the speakers a little bit.
I'm not playing through speakers, so that wouldn't
No.
make too much sense.
No, Hugo's mic is picking up Hugo's speakers.
Ah.
Oh, so lovely feedback.
Yes. Hugo, if you could go onto headphones, that would be fantastic.
So if I remember rightly, this day was really cold.
It was quite cold, and I wore a
Yes.
t-shirt pretty much the entire day.
Which, in some sense, it was good because it meant that running around the tube was actually relatively pleasant. I remember, I will point out at some point, I think it was Holborn, there was just this glorious blast of cold air.
Cold air.
Look, the thing is I realised at a certain point that I was way too hot.
Yeah.
And didn't really have anywhere to put my jacket.
Yeah. I had a big heavy winter coat with me, which I just about shoved into my backpack.
Right. Likewise, the coat that I'm wearing now on video, I ended up just shoving into my bag.
Yeah.
And here we
Hugo,
are.
So
You actually had spare space, whereas I had no space at all.
I always take a different approach when doing tube challenging, and I usually wear as little clothing as possible, so I can go all the time.
Hugo's made a bit of a mistake at this point of not touching in his Oyster card. That's a slight insight of behind the scenes. We all touched out at Epping, which on one of the Oyster readers.
Couldn't we use a paper
been in Epping for ages, and Hugo didn't touch back in. Now we were on paper tickets, so I had to lend Hugo a paper ticket to get out, and then touch back in and gave me back my paper ticket very kindly.
Are you going to be like James Bay and run? Are you going to run?
If you're embarrassed.
Also, if no one's ever been up,
If we need to run,
I mean, there's a lot of reasons why you wouldn't go.
There's
but
a
I'd also
classic
recommend going up
there's
there
a
at some
classic Tom
point.
line
It's
right
very
there of, I'm not
pretty.
going to run if there's no need to run.
we're about a minute in.
Well, we didn't run every time.
I mean, I started out intending.
But we ran a lot of the time when we didn't need to run.
Yes.
Like I had a full-on winter coat and jumper, and I was intending to take it very easily and walk. And then we got to Stratford, and we ran, and we kept running quite a few paces.
This is one of the most crash jokes I've ever made.
I've been meaning to go there. I want to just go there and see. Like,
Yeah, boy. Here's me. I got really concerned right on our very first connection that we were going to miss our train and be down 20 minutes straight away, because we got held at Baden. Boy.
yeah, I can't remember if we assumed that we were on a tighter connection than we were.
We
We
did,
ended up-
because we arrived and we saw a train pulling into the other platform at Woodford. Right here, you see it. And I go, crap, is that our train? And I yeet out of the train. I'm like, go, go, go! And I'm like, go! And they were like, no, it's not our train. And then we stood around there for about 5 minutes waiting for the actual connection.
Yeah, I mean, Hugo had been nice and planned this in such a way that we all had about a 5-minute connection at Wolford.
And then the Central Line decided to fall apart because Central Line.
Yeah. I mean, we were alright.
Great shoes there, I'm modelling.
Didn't one team get told? Not get told, but they had their train was cancelled, so their time was adjusted.
Yes, that was Rob Lomas. He actually left now, I think about it, at 10:21, not at 10:30, and had about 9 minutes subtracted from his time. This was because the train that turned up that would have been the 10:30 was the realization train, the RAP.
21 minutes and 2 seconds.
Right.
And
Excessively checking times, which didn't happen for the rest of the thing.
it was unfair, really, to penalise him for the rat happening to turn up at the wrong moment.
Yeah, for something out of his control.
What was Tom's first major frustration? I didn't. Oh, Tom's majorly frustrated about something.
It's normal Tom.
So, fun fact.
I was just mentioning we could have been on the Epping. We could have been on a train 5 minutes later and made the connection. But
So, fun fact, we were all a little bit confused as to what was going on here. Hugo stayed on the platform, and we didn't realise Hugo was staying on the platform. That's why we just kind of got on the train and left him there. And then he was like, oh, you're going. So, yeah, because Hugo didn't actually participate, he was more of the challenge master for the day.
I have sweets.
Ooh, that's my favourite.
Yes.
I'm currently eating
Okay, sit rep.
now.
Just left Nathan. We're on our way to Stratford.
That's the point. I've got some calm capitalists.
The side eyes that we got, and I didn't realise how much would be captured of the general public side eye staring at the camera. I love it. I live for it. Just looking back at this footage, and just seeing the amount of people just kind of glancing at it, going, "What the hell are you doing?" was absolutely classic. And here we go with the first run of the day.
And we didn't need to do this run though.
We really didn't, but it was a good warm up.
So,
Fun fact: I fell down these stairs on the IKEA challenge. Well, fell up them.
me and my teammate had we ran, and I think we jumped on the train and it left about 20 seconds later. So we did really well here.
With ours, we ran for it because we had no idea when it was leaving, and we got there, and it's like I think it said 1 minute, but it was still
Glue myself
oh
to the
no,
top
2
of the train.
minutes.
2 minutes.
Love it.
So I glue
Yeah,
myself
we were about 65 seconds in Stratford. That was it.
I can't remember if it was this, but was there a points failure, which meant
We've
that
got plenty of stops. We'll just get on the train and figure it out.
Was
they
there
were.
a
I can't. Maybe it was a different
Bakerloo, isn't it?
challenge or something. But was there a points failure on the Jubilee line, which meant the platform usage was weird at Stratford? Yeah, because they're using platform. They're using the far platform. I don't know what number that is.
3?
They don't generally do in the daytime, which meant that everything was leaving.
This is us playing Hokey Pokey with doors.
This is you realizing you need to be in coach 7 to get off at
I
1.
don't even think we needed to be. I think it's just we wanted a seat or something stupid.
We did move because of door position,
That
but
would be door position at Waterloo, yeah.
Yeah, it's either very front or very back of Waterloo. You can choose.
We did very back as well as the same as you guys.
Very front's useful at Stratford if you've A, got the time, and B, want something less crowded.
Yeah, I would prefer very front.
30 people are watching this. Who are you all? Why?
A bit hard.
Ah, no.
Hello, there's 30 people watching.
Hello, 30 people watching.
Well, you literally have a captive audience.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Hugo, welcome.
What do you mean?
Have you sorted out your internet?
Yep, and spammed off and hey, come and watch the live stream
Oh,
tweet
that's
as well.
probably why
So
30 people are watching.
I hope my microphone's still working.
Yes.
Okay, because I just unplugged it and plugged it back in.
Well done.
Alright, we're out of Stratford at 1:25.
I think we've gone past
I really
it.
should-
I was looking away, but the moment when Tom realised that the travelators were off was just absolutely golden. That look on his face.
Wait, was one of them on or one of them off?
There were... One was...
one was on, it
No,
was
they
going
were,
the wrong
no,
way.
they were both...
Yeah,
I
one
believe
was
that they
on,
were
but-
both off, and then the middle section was... One was... I think both off. One was actually closed off.
Yes, that was the one that had the unfortunate incident at it.
I thought I remembered you and Mary telling at least me and some others, maybe you and others, on the train up to Epping before we
Yeah, they
started.
should be fairly empty.
That I thought you'd already found out the Waterloo thing was stuff,
I might have told you,
but you didn't
but...
tell Mr.
Hang on,
Cat.
no, because we all arrived at Epping separately, so there's no way I could have.
No, we didn't.
We did, didn't we?
I remember meeting you on the train in 2Fing, and then you hung around for like 2 hours.
Maybe I did. I only remember going to Epping on my own. Oh, maybe I did meet you.
No,
guys
you
up.
came.
Yes,
no,
we
Kamari,
did.
you came
I
with
jumped
us.
on at Liverpool Street. You're right.
If it says
Yeah.
6-2,
Look at that dude making that last minute.
If it
No,
says 6-2,
that-
it's not much of a big deal. We're at the right
That's
end
an,
anyway.
setting the tone for the day.
I think we're better off being at 16. So we're in 16.
Well, where we missed them all instead.
Yeah. Just yeet out 6-2, hard right, upstairs.
I think we say yeet way too much.
We do. But I'm embracing it at this point.
I confess that was definitely a word added to my vocabulary on this particular day.
Absolutely fantastic.
We have to cross to the other side.
Love it.
Go up the stairs and be against the flow there. But I'm pretty sure it'll be quicker than
Maybe we should have promoted.
Tom rocking that ancient iPhone for his Station Master app.
Yeah, iPhone 4S, mate.
the flow on that one. So anyway,
Mr.
Should be okay.
in the live stream.
This is also a time when I had a personal phone that really didn't work very well, so I was using a impractical combination of 3 different phones to do things during the day.
He was.
it might actually be because
Tom, you use 3 phones anyway.
No comment on that. Actually, I
Yeah,
did.
Mr. Wood is also watching on the live chat, by the way.
Oh, fantastic.
the next one is Piccadilly.
How is it?
Charing Cross, right?
Oh yeah.
Remember that Southwark to Waterloo is a really short run, so we should be at the doors when they shut at Southwark.
Look at me getting a planning on.
It's probably the most planning we did.
It really is, and it was all on the slot.
Well, the thing is, we weren't just doing planning for the next bit, like Waterloo. We were doing planning for like the.
I think it's also the low.
There was a lot of changes in quick succession after that.
Yeah, because after Waterloo you get change at Elephant and Castle, change at Stockwell, change at Victoria, change at Mile End, change at Liverpool Street, which is just ridiculous.
So it worked quite well because we wrote down on the paper a lot of the predictions. One of them we ended up doing wrong. Well, I ended up writing wrong. Victoria, I think.
Oh,
You'll see that later.
never mind.
It wasn't too bad.
It wasn't bad, but we still.
Yeah, the centre was very
Here's me wiping coronavirus all over the train.
Whereas we could have literally.
No, this was pre.
This was back in the simpler times.
It's funny, it really is.
Back when you could use a tissue more than.
What the heck is your camera at Second 2021? It looks like you're holding a golf club that films in 360 degrees. That is pretty much what it looks like.
Should I promote this on Zone 1 bracket? Get
What?
all those politicians watching as well.
Haha. Go
Oh
for
yeah,
it.
you did tweet it from Zone 1 bracket.
So what is it when we get out? Is it straight in front of us? Just follow signs?
This was a tactical door move to because I think someone was blocking the.
Door delay.
Yeah, this is how over the top we got with this.
Yeah, because the door we were at, there was like loads of people standing on it, so we decided to go to the next door where there wasn't.
Yeah, that makes
No,
sense.
the middle section.
Is that just a walk?
Yeah. So both travelators are off. I just think it's going to be a bit hectic.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, the travelator was a mess, but we'll see that.
There, so that's what the camera looks like. If anyone wants to know, you can kind of make it out in the reflection there.
Oh yeah.
It's just a long stick with a square camera on the end.
Pretty much, yeah. This is what all of the first
Run
person
in
journeys are
5,
filmed with as well.
4, 3,
Getting ready.
2, 1.
And chaos
Go.
ensues. Now,
Whoops.
Failed.
that ATO door delay. I nearly broke.
Amari was a lot faster than me. You can just.
Yeah, well, you took the lead for most of the runs afterwards, to be honest,
That's
because your sense of
True,
direction was a
probably
bit
because
better.
you used all your energy on this run.
I didn't really. I could go faster on the others, but I think pacing ourselves was better. This was hell.
This was really
Tom
annoying. To
absolutely
be fair, this
hated this.
really. I think I mentioned it later in the
Yeah,
video.
you really
this,
did.
This really annoyed me that people were walking. I don't mind people obviously going quite slowly down the walkway.
Yeah, that's not a problem at
They're
all.
walking quite far, but it's when people start walking towards us on the walkway.
Yeah. Well, this is one of those great 360 degree
Like
shots you
there,
can pull
like
off.
why are you walking down the walkway when the travelator?
Exactly. So the one on the left is shut, and the one on the right is open, and the one on the right goes away from us, so it's going in the opposite direction. So why are people still walking down the middle bit?
And actually,
they
you
have a
didn't run
travel
into
later
that many
week.
people compared to I did. I think I ran into more people.
I'm quite good. I'm not the fastest person, but I'm very good at dodging commuters.
Or pushing them out of the way.
I try not to. I yell.
No comment, below.
Use my voice. This is where I just ran out of energy, and I could tell there was no train anyway, and I was so annoyed because I just felt like it was that hell was for nothing.
So I'm not sure if it'll be able to make it out on the YouTube stream.
Did you run the wrong way?
No, I didn't. I'm right behind. I'm behind you. You can actually see me nearly run
You
past.
see that? Yeah, that's it. That's what I meant. I'm pretty sure you ran past.
Yeah, I think it's because the corridor you've just gone down was actually a way out corridor, so the sign didn't point down it. Maybe.
Right.
So I didn't realise it, and then but there was no train anyway. So
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
I took so long to recover from this one run, just because I didn't warm up for it. I was trying to warm up at Stratford, but basically we were sitting on Jubilee Line for long enough that it just didn't count for anything.
I think we would have because I heard it 1 minute.
I'm still
sure-
hate the Bakerloo line.
This is me and Tom arguing about whether that was worth it or not.
Yeah, but I didn't run like you did. To be fair, I didn't realise what you just done. So I didn't realise how far ahead you were. I thought you were just like a couple of seconds ahead. So
I did get there and look behind me. I was like, "Where the hell is he?"
and then we realised we were at the wrong end. Like literally as the train's coming in.
Yeah.
Which was
Yeah, well.
So I mean,
Joyous.
Does anyone ever remember to get to the right end when they've just done a long run like that?
I think we tried it. Anyway,
Yeah.
me and my teammate did off the Jubilee on the Bigelow in 2.5 minutes. I think we just got lucky. We ran far too much, and knackered ourselves for the rest of the day. But also just got lucky with the connection there. And I think we've made it to some semblance of roughly the right place on the train.
That would make, yeah. There was a lot of swearing in this that had to get sent.
Yeah, you had to do a lot of bleeding.
I did, and I had to do second passes as well because I missed like 2 or 3 out, and I wasn't gonna have gone to all that effort to have not got it all.
Yeah.
Here's Tom complaining.
And you can see the one coming towards
Isn't that just his default state?
Love it.
Me and Tom both lose our temper several times during this.
I don't think I lost. That was a more coherent argument than some of them that I think I made during the course of the day.
You know,
Was
they always.
just you throwing your toys really out the pram?
Yeah. You know, they say travel with someone you love.
Yeah. Here's me.
I don't-
Here's Tom informing me of why I shouldn't have had a fizzy drink.
all our changes are pretty easy.
Oh yeah, I help. I have a fizzy drink later on.
You have one later on, but we agree, or I think it was Hugo maybe who told us no fizzy drinks to start off with
Yeah.
because that's a bad idea. And I didn't even think of that. And all I had was Lucasade.
Which would be that door.
Tom
Oh, I'm
here
holding the
using the
camera
camera to indicate stuff. Yeah, I told him to hold it for a second. Tom, and then
God,
you held it and you started using it like
look-
an instruction wand.
You look at how I'm using it, and you're just like, nope.
Yeah.
As I get up.
We're just testing Bakerloo Line bouncy seats.
Exactly. Here we are on a freshly refurbished 72 stop, which probably looks completely trashed now. Their refurbishment is so weird because they didn't look too bad when they were first refurbished, but now they look absolutely awful again, like a few months later.
Yeah, because I don't think they use the correct materials for it.
Is anyone reading the chat? So I've got.
I've got it up on
Greg,
one.
what the heck is your camera? Someone says, a selfie stick. No.
Yeah, I addressed that, Tom.
Yeah. What is your favourite tube station?
Oh, favourite tube station. Come on, guys.
I really like Westminster.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty, what's the word? Cavernous.
I would probably go with Waterloo. I quite like Waterloo too.
I just find Waterloo.
I'm going with-
I mean, don't get me wrong. So many times it's unbelievable, but
I'd probably go with Gloucester Road. Because it's got a bit of everything.
Canary
That's
Wharf.
true. I very much do like that station.
Sorry, where was that, Hugo?
Gloucester Road he likes.
Oh, Gloucester Road. Yeah, that's nice. I don't think we visit on this one, but Sudbury
Here's,
Top.
we're coming up to a point now where Tom is obsessively clicking his pen. I'm gonna miss this about the 72 stock actually. The whole lights going off as you go over points. I find that very charming about the tube, and no other trains really do that now.
What pen am I
It's
using?
the scattergun doors I like.
Now here's a point where we didn't line up with our door position, which
I
was
love.
very annoying.
Yeah, that was. I think that was incorrect data.
Yeah, it was.
Actually, I'm gonna.
Depending on which platform you come into at Elephant and Castle depends
Here's
on
where we just find a wall
which
of
door.
people.
That's okay. There you go. I didn't even know that. So
Yeah, because the
Right,
platforms don't, the
this-
buffer stops are not lined up with each other.
Exactly.
I think this is where. Yeah, you
This
shout.
is- yeah, I shout it's gone.
And then,
'cause I
and then
hear-
I'm like, okay then, and then I walk around the corner,
yeah.
and the door's literally
I think you
open.
call me an idiot as well. But it did sound like one leaving, to be fair.
This one entering around the tight curve into Elephant and Castle.
Exactly, that's just it. I think because once it's around a tight curve, because it's ATO, it might accelerate into the station slightly. And so I heard it accelerate, and I went, oh, it's gone.
So I've just read the.
Oh
I've just
yeah,
looked-
this footage was corrupted. It was really bloody annoying. So it didn't have. So that camera records. So the way it does its stabilization is by recording a load of gyroscopic data and stuff, and it matches it to Stitch. And so I had the video data, but none of that to match with it. So that's why this looks completely buggered.
You lead.
So this is what the raw output of just one of those lenses looks like. Except it's a full circle. I zoomed in slightly on it.
There you go. David Shepherd has the same favourite station as me.
Oh, interesting. So yeah, you have to see this camera is absolutely brilliant. I mean, this is the thing that it's stabilizing into a super smooth video. I can't believe how well it does it.
I think we got a really good connection here as well.
We did get quite a good connection, yeah.
So we double back here, I assume. Yeah. We're.
At this point, I nearly jumped over one of the benches. I think.
Oh wait, no, we're trying to get to the Victoria line, and the quickest way is to
Yeah,
go
we
via
are.
the Northern line
Via
platform.
Northern.
Yeah, that was it. Okay. And I was trying to get in front of all the people doing the same change, but it didn't really work. But it didn't matter. I just looked at Station Master for Elephant and Castle, and it shows for both platforms it is carriage 2, door 3. So.
Weird. This is where I just kind of lose Tom for a second.
Well, that's why I'm wearing. That's why I've got an orange line in the back of my
And his
bag.
orange high vis, so we can all keep track of him.
It's alright.
Yeah, his Tom Turner, he didn't put door sizes. It doesn't really matter for Victoria because most of it is right-hand doors.
Well, I didn't know that at the time.
Fun fact: Victoria Line, the only tube stock where the driver controls are on the right-hand side.
Oh yeah, I've heard that before.
No, yeah, I'd heard that, but not connected it to the fact that all the stations are right-hand side doors.
Yeah, this is where I lost. Actually, I think I lost my coat earlier. I'm not too sure, but my coat's now stuffed in my backpack. And even when we get above ground and start doing above ground stretches, I just don't put it back on. I don't even notice until well later in the day that I'm still warm. And here, you see me starting to cough here. Now, luckily this was pre-corona, so no one was staring at me. But I was losing my voice from that Waterloo run for some weird reason.
Where's this Victoria? Oh, this was not good.
Yeah, this was.
This was because
we went the wrong way.
We planned out the route, but the signage here is very insistent on. Like, we should have gone straight there, but I thought that was a lift because the walkway is not visible in front of you. You have to go forward towards it through those fire doors, and then I didn't even realise they were there, and then this is where I realised we've gone completely the wrong way.
Yeah,
To be fair, it didn't actually
It
cause us.
didn't matter to us too much
Yeah,
because we made
by
the
the time-
connection, but we could have very easily missed it.
Because by the time we get up there, the train is pulling in, so we wouldn't have been on a train.
I don't think pulling in. I think it was like doors open. See you in a second.
We'll see. Thing is, it didn't do any wonders for my legs.
Yeah. Yeah, doors open.
Yeah, that was
Sketchy.
We made this train. We're good.
as I'm now explaining.
Still, that was nicely done.
I'm really pissed at that.
We had a bit of a wait at Victoria.
Well, we needed that train because
This is
behind
Tom
it
telling me
was
how annoyed he was. And I just kept saying, it's fine, we made the train. And he's like,
Great.
"Grr."
the thing is we needed it because I think behind that was a circle line, and then there was a Tower Hill Terminator.
You know, this
So-
was actually, you know, you usually find that the worst point is later in the day that you hit the wall, but I hit it like here really early on physically because I just died.
That was
I
that
didn't
fizzy
warm up at all. It wasn't a fizzy drink. It was the fact that I couldn't breathe. I couldn't talk. I don't know what happened to my voice, but I just totally lost my voice for about. Here, I'm explaining it now. I think.
Someone says that bit needs the asteroid chase music from Empire Strikes Back. That would be a copyright strike there. So
Somebody else is saying, would you retry the Snake Challenge but from Heathrow to Epping? The issue there is that you can only get to 127 stations if you start at Heathrow because of the loop. So that's why it's Epping to Heathrow, because you get to 128.
And we've got the really crazy bit coming up.
Yeah, I think we're not going to sit on a train.
Yeah, so
this is the
someone's
mental bit.
mentioned the confusing diversion. Like, yeah, we knew that. Literally, I planned to avoid it, and then logic went out the window as I started the run.
That's it. You've got to just maintain, because when you're running, you kind of your brain turns off and you start looking at signs, even though you know where you should be going. It's a very big sort of logical thing to overcome of ignoring the signs to take a quicker route.
Yeah, the thing about the Victoria one is that if you turn the other way, which is the quicker way, you'll find a bunch of escalators fall against you.
We saw these people reaching for a pram, so we both just jumped up to get to the door.
We see a train literally pulling into the platform.
Sorry for butting in. Do repeat.
Yeah, if you'd done the Victoria run the other way, you'd have come to a bunch of escalators all against you, so I think you made the right choice anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
Because
did
of the
that
one-way
when-
system.
Actually, there's a side story here at Victoria when I dropped some headphones on a
Yes.
train. Which we were unusually on. Amari and I were gone to. We got the last X90 coach ever out of Victoria. And so we had to go down to Victoria, and there had been major problems on the Victoria line. So we waited specifically for a Victoria Terminator going into the sidings.
Yeah, I
I then
think
managed to
coming from
drop my headphones on the train, and then we go up the escalators when I realise, and they're one way there. So if we'd been able to come straight back down, we would have got straight back on the train to get them. But we had to run
'cause
round.
It was terminating and tipping out.
But luckily, because it was a Terminator, it came back out the siding like 5 minutes later, so we got it on the other platform. But
Yeah.
nearly done in by the one-directional escalators at Victoria.
Yeah, Tom nearly lost his headphones, and he was like bragging about the headphones earlier in the day. It was such a
Well, I had just
they were
been...
nice Bluetooth headphones.
Yeah, I'd literally just been given them, so I was going to be really annoyed if I didn't get them.
Exactly.
I lost them straight away, because I literally only had them for like a week.
I go button and just say, this is my bag here, it has popped open, and it's very annoying. That kept happening through the day. Because when it's over full, that flap pops open, so I was just basically running around with a spoiler for the entire day.
Spoiler.
It's okay. You're going a bit far forward for 2-1, are you? Is it? Alright.
No, I've waited enough times at 4 in the morning on Mile End's platform to no stopping positions.
Yeah.
So what is it at Liverpool Street when we get on the Met? It doesn't matter, we've got a few stations like that.
No, you've just got
Take
one
two-
station.
I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back with you. I've just got to run off for a second.
PMB.
We're going one stop to Moorgate, we need to be at the back. We can walk through, or scramble through. Okay.
Yeah, that was not the quickest change at Mile End, I have to say.
No, there wasn't really a lot we could do. Like, there wasn't.
I think we managed something sub 60 seconds. It was pretty damn good.
Do not have time for people like Even though we're going to beat people like that inevitably.
So westbound 2-1, up the escalator, over the bridge.
My brain failing to work.
Yeah.
Isn't that very normal? Ah, ignored ambience. Welcome.
What is your least favourite tube station?
We're going to overtake him. If we don't overtake him, there's
Oh
nothing.
god.
I don't think the little streets I don't know. We're definitely going to get a better time than him.
Bank's a bit annoying.
Oh god, yes, bank. Jesus. I hate bank.
Stonebridge Park. It's so cold.
So, yeah, actually. Although, to be fair, the only times I've been there, I've managed to see the sleeper sitting in the siding, so that's always quite nice. Wembley Central is really annoying. It's like a wind tunnel. To be honest, all of that Bakerloo line is just...
Yeah.
Amari's not here to complain about it. What else? Are you going to wear a white shirt and write the door position information onto your sleeve if you do this again? Probably not, because it'll probably just sweat into the... Sweat off.
Yeah, you'd have to print the t-shirt in advance and
I'm
hope.
back now.
Yeah, but then people might use our information.
Oh, what have I missed? Oh, I just heard myself yell, excuse me.
Oh,
Became
you
my
missed.
catchphrase.
So we're on the we just asked the question least favourite tube station, and Hugo said Stonebridge Park, and I said
the entire section between Queen's Park, Harold Wilson.
yeah, and then I said Wembley Central. So
Doesn't matter, there's nothing pulling in.
Also, we are 96 in the chat.
Ooh, who's joined us?
Ignored ambience has joined us, but he was very quiet when he tried to say.
oh, on the YouTube stream, you're gonna wanna. It's cutting off the.
Already done it, Tom. Already done it.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what my least favourite tube station is.
Anyone got Discord issues right now, or just me? I'm not having issues,
I'm not having any.
but he's saying them. I'll probably put that in a test.
Hugo has said that. No.
I know my least favourite tube station in terms of tube challenging.
I might make some terrible merch one day. I think it would just be funny.
Moorgate's going to be a pain.
Cool.
It should be right at the
Sorry, what was that? Your least favourite station in terms of tube challenging is?
Rayners Lane by a long way.
Oi!
The
That used to be my
connections
stomping
I've had
ground.
at Rayners, the amount of misconnections I've had at Rayners Lane.
No.
or
You
in-
can't have a least favourite tube station based on the connections or service there. It has to be based on the station.
How many times do you spin around it? Like
a lot.
In terms of decor,
Here's me just doing a.
I don't know. I'm probably going to pick a Bakerloo line station. Probably somewhere like Harleston or something like that.
This wasn't the best connection, to be fair,
It
either.
really wasn't, but it didn't matter too much.
Hey, don't worry. We had what? Fully 6 minutes from arriving at Liverpool Street to leaving.
Something won't open, I'm sure.
We had a horrendous wait for the Met. The subsurface did not have a good day at all this day.
It didn't.
No, it's late where it really did completely fall apart for me.
I got so annoyed at the announcements here. I don't know why.
He said he'd message us eventually, didn't he? So let's not message him. We'll see if we get a message when we get there.
Oh yeah, we were trying to play some mind tricks here. It didn't really work out.
So he's not in there. Yeah.
So we were trying to get. I think we were trying to be evasive to Mr. Gubbin where we were.
Yes.
Right. Where are we going again? Southbound Northern.
Forgotten that aspect of things.
Straight left.
Here you go. Man, Yee
Oh,
is
you
just
use the
way
rear
in my-
entrance at Moorgate, do you?
It's alright.
Yeah, we just absolutely fly up these stairs.
How's my volume level now?
There we go.
That's good.
Excellent. Moorgate's another one of these horrible runs.
See, I go from the front of the station. I go from door 2-1 and then run down these straight line escalators.
How much time do you have to spend deciding what angle to pick from your 360 camera? Well, basically, I have the choice in the edit So it records full 360, and then while editing it is when you pick your angle. So you can change the transition, you can move around in the 360 frame. This is what makes it so good. So you'll see in a minute, probably, me change the angle. You'll see like a camera move retroactively.
Hell yeah.
So it doesn't take too much time, but it does add an extra layer to editing this stuff, which is a bit annoying. I tend to do a general pass of all of the footage first, pick the angles, render it out, and then...
Rob Lomas is in the YouTube chat.
Pardon?
Rob Lomas is in the YouTube chat.
Ooh.
He is.
Someone,
I like how we nearly didn't make that train because we ran down it.
Sorry.
But yeah, so I export all of these clips individually, so I exported about 50 different clips, and then actually chuck that into the editor and edit it properly. So yeah, you'll probably see a camera move here in a second if I didn't keep it on my face, I'm not too sure. I run down, yeah, that's my party trick, is running down escalators ridiculously fast. So yeah, you saw
Hugo's
that?
very good at that as well.
Yeah, you saw that camera move there, that was just a quick whip pan.
Sorry.
Again, Bank, another absolutely evil change when it's busy.
Oh god, Bank is one of the worst changes out there.
This challenge is just a evil change.
Northern to
Because you
Central
cut all
line
the
is just a bit-
journeying time, you miss quite how quick paced it was between each interchange as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I have to say this is slightly...
I just gave Tom a little push, that was great.
Yeah, that was because I tried to sort of run up the wall, which, like, here.
It does a wall run.
This is
Oh, it was.
you
This
trying to
one
do
is the one
parkour
where I had a
there?
drunk guy shouting at me, shouting me to stop running when the tunnel was completely empty.
Yeah.
Here we go, the wrong way up the spiral.
I'm really cautious of these spiral staircases because
They're very easy to fall down.
the people have fallen down, and I think I've been through there when someone's
Wrong
gone
way.
there.
Sure.
I think I did exactly the same thing. I went to the wrong platform there.
Well, the thing that I did there was I just saw a train, so I went for it was kind of and I didn't see a train the other side, so I was like, well, let's just go. And to be fair,
I just got
but I am.
Has anyone ever gotten
Because I
that?
have gotten to Bank before, and like the spiral staircase has been shut because someone's just fallen down it. So
Right.
Has anyone ever gotten that Bank come up the spiral staircase, pick which platform it is, right?
No.
This is me dead again.
Hi, Denamari.
Pull this
Hello,
off
Ghost.
just about.
Hello,
I
Ghost
can pull off
Mari.
sitting on train floors just about. I'm still just about young enough to do that.
what about Jeff Marshall?
3 stops now to Colbert. What are we doing there?
2 stops. Honestly,
Flattering angle, Tom.
Check the route.
Ah, yes, the look down camera up angle. The multi-chin view.
The chin angle.
But every time I drink,
But yeah, coming back to a point earlier, this video is a little bit unrepresentative of how the challenge felt, because yes, there were these lots and lots of long run, really annoying things, but that was punctuated by long times of just sitting on the train doing fuck all. This bit, admittedly, is
Only
lots
a
of...
couple times though, because a lot of the sections were very.
Sure, but you're still sitting on the train for maybe a couple of minutes, and obviously that's cut out in the edit, because otherwise it would be it's to watch.
Rob Lomas watching. Check your Twitter DMs.
on average, they've been pretty good. They've been more than good.
Tom, you are incredibly quiet.
He was very quiet, wasn't he? Yeah.
I've just moved away
That's
from
better.
it.
There you go.
Going straight over.
Yeah.
Tom just is gently sulking away from the microphone.
Yeah, and then left or right?
straight over.
So I'm dealing with my post.
Coburn, another
Straight
nice
out of Bowman.
change. Although you're doing it the right way round this time.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It was lovely and cool here.
Yes, here, this blast of cold air coming down that escalator shaft was just
That
bliss.
Did you? Which way? Did you go eastbound? Or, did you have to go eastbound or westbound here? I can't remember. Use the little
That
chicane
was
at
an
the top.
idea there, doing a Skyfall slide, but
Yeah, but
obviously,
if we're probably
unlike,
going out like that,
unlike
drunk,
Skyfall,
After
And then-
Holborn, it's Leicester Square, so westbound.
Is it southbound or?
West, I think you just said.
this is the door position trick. The shortcut that I always remember to make. This one.
This,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that gate is always open.
Yeah, it's a great little one, that.
Yeah, I will put a link to the map for the snake challenge down below. I'll add that onto the actual video as well. A lot of people have been asking for that. If you do it, let us know how it goes.
Is it? Yeah. Right. Well, that's why I was doing that, to make it look like it was a normal selfie stick and like I wasn't filming him.
Again, with that popped open bag, that is going to be an iconic look for me. That is just my look now.
I think I lose. Something drops out my bag.
How are you still wearing a massive coat?
The reason, so I've taken off the jumper. The coat won't fit in my bag, so I have to carry it over my shoulder. If I'm not going to wear it, so. But I think I do get to the point where I did have to remove it.
So you can see, Rich, Covent Garden, you've got Leicester Square bit, 2 stations down on Northern, 2 stations up on the Bakerloo, 1 station on the Central, 2 stations on the Northern because we're only going to Warren Street and we're picking up the Victoria there, 2 stations on the Victoria, 4 stations on the South Housing City or Metropolitan, and then finally the slightly nicer bit on the Jubilee line.
So at the moment we're right in the middle of the sort of quick-paced change nearly every other station leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone has ever done all lines, this is what it.
It's been ages since I've done a full tube challenge. I really need to do one. And I think being in lockdown right now makes me want to do it even more. It might be something I do as soon as we get out.
That's an idea.
I'm sorely tempted to do a full network because I haven't done one on time.
Sorry, say that again.
I'm gonna be doing a. I hope we're gonna be doing a full network at some point when we're out.
We thought this was our train originally, and it wasn't.
Question from the chat: how will Crossrail change this challenge?
That'd be a good one. Before you answer that, I will intervene and said we were determined that we were getting on this train.
Right, Tom.
And Tom just disappears here.
Yeah.
That was
so close.
Yeah. We were just
That was a
determined that we were getting on that
great
train.
attempt.
I think I do manage to take my bag off at least. It wasn't quite that level.
And then there were 7.
I've still got my. I managed to get my bag off.
More people.
Your mic's either very quiet or not working very well.
Oh, there we go. I get my bag off.
Bakerloo, is it?
Just go up the stairs, they're about a carriage back.
Were we already going one stop then?
One stop, Leicester Square's Charing Cross, and then the vendors run at Charing Cross.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I love that shot there of the train in the opposite. Just going over the crossover bit.
I think we walked.
We walked Charing Cross. We didn't care about this.
Yeah.
This is a horrible.
Even so, it was only 3 minutes from arriving to department. So
we were lucky with one quickly arriving when we got to the Bakerloo line platform.
This screwed us over, I think. This one here. Wait, no.
Charing Cross run is evil, absolutely evil.
We hadn't run down far enough because obviously we'd only just made that train.
No, this isn't. Yeah, this isn't the one we got messed over on though. Actually, this was a fairly okay interchange.
Yeah, we'd be
Well, literally the distance of London.
Didn't it used to be 2 separate stations at one point as well?
Yes, it was. Then they built the Jubilee line in the middle.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
So, yeah, I'll throw that question at you guys. How will Crossrail change the snake challenge?
It won't.
Tube stations.
It won't.
It's a tube challenge. The Crossrail isn't the tube line.
That's still an ongoing debate.
I don't even think if it was included as a tube line, just say. I don't think
it would affect it.
Would it? Well, Reading, would that help? No.
No, I don't.
Oh, no, you can go
No,
out.
but it might give you more stations potential to do in the centre because the current
Can I just,
limitation in the
can I
centre
just
is
highlight the
connectivity.
fact that this
No,
this run has been absolute hell.
And if you throw shared gate, then you could
Yeah, if you don't have to change gate lines, and given the two Heathrow Central stations are separate stations, actually,
Tom
if you
randomly bumped into someone in this train.
if you do essentially the current snake route, get to T5, do T5 to Hayes and Harlington, and Hayes and Harlington on to Reading. That's an add-on.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could think that would add anything.
But T5, you do have to change gate lines.
Yeah, so it wouldn't like that was a theoretical, but not one that wouldn't work. You have to change gate lines.
You have to change gate lines?
Yeah, it's up and over.
What, even at T5?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Alright, fair enough.
Was this the challenge where I ran into someone I knew on
Yes,
the?
that's what I just said. You ran into someone on this train,
Ah,
I believe.
like that was on this train, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
So on this train, I ran into someone I knew by chance.
It's been embarrassing for you.
From Days to Gone. So shout out to those people. No, shout out to Igor and William, and they know why. They know why.
Oh wait, I just shout down a corridor there.
Ah, no. At least you didn't drop kick a child.
Exactly.
Not yet, anyway.
And cut to black. Yep. We made that train.
So yeah, there's no reason for that cut out. Not at all.
Absolutely no reason for that cut, and there's no reason for the black mark on my arm now.
The conspiracy theories are going to be out now.
I'm gonna.
Pray tell, I don't remember the story.
Tom is nerding out over the Olympic stickers still.
Oh,
on the
we're on the central line with the Olympic tube map.
Yeah, 9 years, or sorry, 8 years after the Olympics. Well, actually, like 7. This is where he realises that we're completely
This
wrong part
was
of the
not.
train.
Yeah.
This is where our challenge fell apart for us. We would have had a much better time if the next interchange worked.
Thing is, we couldn't have done anything because we shouldn't have been on this train, and
Shouldn't have been on this train.
we shouldn't have been on
we
this
made
train.
this train by chance.
And
but we could have done something because we didn't run. We didn't bother
yeah,
running.
we didn't run here because we just ran like crazy at Oxford Circus.
Oh yeah, we saw a South Woodford Terminator there.
Yeah, South Woodford Terminator.
Oh, and then isn't Tottenham Court Road the opposite end of the platform from us?
Yeah, we were completely the wrong end.
Yeah.
And then we didn't
Turn
run.
your phone off.
Sorry, that's my work phone.
Ignore work.
It's a Saturday.
So yeah, we were actually the completely wrong end of the train, and we missed the Northern Line by like.
Thing is,
seconds.
what was annoying is we could have made this if we'd run, but we didn't.
Yeah.
So that we could have been on that train.
So
wait. Oh no, so that's the wrong way.
Exactly. We
could
messed
have
it
been
by
on
seconds.
that train.
If we were on that, we would have made a load of other connections.
Yeah.
So
this broke the challenge for us. 'Cause the next
So
train-
I'm thinking that's not too bad because it's a 3-minute wait, and we're like, that's
yeah,
fine.
and then the train actually took about 6.
Anyway, at this point, Ignored Ambience was very slightly ahead of me and made the train, and I missed it.
So you split? So you can see my central line door scar here on my elbow, the very black mark on my elbow.
We very briefly accidentally split. He figured out what had happened and got off at Goose Street, and
I got off at Good Street and got a Good Street photo.
Yes, and what was hilarious was the instant the doors opened at Good Street, we both simultaneously said, "Sorry about that," in exactly the same tone of voice.
The challenge was still going well for me up to this point.
I think this was around here somewhere where I actually got lost and visited Tottenham Court Road by accident off the Northern Line.
Yeah, and I'd overtaken you, hadn't I, despite you starting 20 minutes ahead?
What you did was you went the wrong way at Tottenham Court Road. You went to Leicester Square rather than Northbound.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, was easy to do because of the way that you end up on the wrong direction Northern Line platform when you change.
So this train is still not here. We were starting to get a bit worried about it.
I think it's still...
The Northern Line's still quite weird. You either get them in quick succession or huge gaps between them.
Yeah, so it still says 2 minutes, and as you see, the platform is now...
The one I
We're
missed.
about more like 6 minutes down there than that train.
I was very lucky in that sense that when I missed one and got split up, the next one was literally pulling in behind it, like, you know.
So it shouldn't have been that much of a gap, because as you can see on the DMI now, you've got now we've got 4 minutes gap behind this. So I don't know what happened there, but
it was just the Northern Line just being like that.
The Northern Line. Where's this? Warren? Is it Warren?
It's Warren Street. No, did you change it Warren Street or Euston? Because you've got options here.
We changed it Warren Street, so this will be Warren.
We did Euston, which was probably a bit of a bad idea.
To be honest, I think we thought about this for a while, and both of them were not a great idea because you'll see in a second we end up on a.
We just expected that Euston would be even busier.
I think this
Euston was very busy. But there's no escalator down, is there?
I absolutely raged here because
this caused us to miss a Victoria line as well.
Caused us to miss a Victoria line. See, he's how he... And I said sorry, mate, to him, hoping he'd move, because he didn't let us overtake. Hear me swear under my breath there. And, yeah, I absolutely raged about this because we missed a Victoria line train. Just because of this.
So I think that our logic to changing it at Euston, but at least then at Euston you've got the choice of Victoria.
Here. I was very angry.
And I think we didn't have the best connection here either.
On the other hand, you've got a choice at Euston, but Euston's misleading, so you've got to either go northbound or southbound. So you don't actually have as easy a choice.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
You have to make the choice at the top of the interchange tunnel before heading down to the platforms.
Yes, I forgot that actually.
Yeah.
So just to jump back, how do you do all this filming without your arm falling off, Murray? It's actually a really lightweight camera, so you don't notice it that much. It's just it's like half the weight of a phone.
You're still swearing, Murray.
Yeah, swearing's done now. I'm pretty sure there was like something on the platform here that I punt kicked as well.
There was somewhere where there was loads of McDonald's wrappers.
Yeah, I think
you
it was like
decided to take out the anger on.
I just punt kicked it into a wall. It was glorious. Dog. How could I see it? I missed the dog. I didn't see the dog. That would have cheered me up.
Thinking about Euston, I think we defaulted to the Victoria line given the higher frequency available there compared to the Northern.
We did get the Victoria line.
I also nearly ran into a member of Tube staff there, which was a bit of a worry. Something to avoid on Tube challenges running into staff, because they don't like that.
Well, some really do and some really don't. You're right, swear words are just words, but they're words that get videos blacklisted, unfortunately. YouTube's a bit mental with that.
Your bleeping doesn't really cover the last and first and last syllables though, so you can still tell what the word is.
Exactly, that's what I try and do. I'm hiding it from the AI basically. And I don't care about the monetization. It's not that. It's that when a video on YouTube ends up getting demonetized, it gets suppressed in recommendations. And it just doesn't get seen. So that's the main reason why I censor them. I may one day try and see what happens if I don't on one of these. But I'll toss that up one day because I don't care about the money from it. This video made £7. I can do without that. It made about.
Excuse me, can I have half of that, please?
No, you can't, Tom. So I don't even think it didn't even cover the cost of the travel card for the day. So I'm gonna have to branch out soon and start selling merchandise, obviously.
So is this our King's Cross?
Yes, this is.
101store.com.
I really like King's
Cross. I might actually make a shirt one day. We'll see. It'll be funny
you can get Dan to you can get Dan Loud Dan Shirts guy to make.
Oh hell yeah. But yeah, I
So
might
this
do
doesn't
that.
actually seem like a bad interchange for you. It's not that crowded compared to how it could be here.
Yeah, this was okay. Yeah, I'm used to this being really, really busy. It's
Yeah.
my use.
The way I just jump downstairs gets captured brilliantly on these cameras.
See, I knew there wasn't a train there because I'm used to knowing what to look for, and you're just running forward.
Well, that became my principle, was if I have the energy to run, I'm just going to run.
The platform here was really busy.
It really was.
I can't remember.
Subsurface had been having troubles that day, hadn't it?
Yeah, I think it had.
Yes, as I will explain later on for my route.
I've got a question, is that Hugo from Jeff Marshall? Hugo, that's all you're known for.
No, it's Tom Kell from Jeff Marshall.
Hey, I've been in Jeff's videos too.
And Dave from Jeff Marshall.
Yeah, hello.
Is it? Yeah, left.
Right, I probably.
Ironically, though, that's not all how we know each other.
No.
Oh,
not
lovely chin
correct.
shot there.
Yeah, I might even have been in more Jeff Marshall videos than you, Tom.
Oh, this is where I finally ditched the jacket and looked like I'm going to collapse.
The reason the Met's great is because the interchange there is going to be easier than the
I think I'm sweating
Circle
a
House
lot.
City line because
Yeah, we were both wise to be wearing black shirts here.
Straight down the escalator onto the northbound Jubilee line. Happy days. Should be able to do that in about
I do like your t-shirt though, Molly.
Oh god, yeah.
seconds or so.
I am the graphic t-shirt guy.
And
I fear for the day that I cannot pull off a graphic t-shirt because I will have to completely rethink my aesthetic.
and make sure we get see that.
Because there does come a time in every man's life where a graphic t-shirt does not work anymore.
Well, I don't think Jeff's reached that one yet. Aha! Person number.
This is a very busy, very hectic interchange. There was something going on with the SSR that we weren't aware of yet.
We now have 8 on the direct commentary.
Do I need to expand the field of view again of the? Yes, I do. Who have we had join us?
The other Dave.
Ah, we have Gubbins.
Planning error there.
Yeah. Oh,
Pointed.
Tom is about to make quite the cock up.
Am I?
Yeah. Oh, I made a cock. We both cocked up here.
Oh,
this went mad.
yeah, it was,
and we
this-
could have made that train.
Yeah,
which we
this caused
missed.
us to miss that, yeah. That was bad.
So I made the
That
cock up
was
of thinking
bad,
it was
bad
down.
mistake
He
there.
made the cock up of thinking he needed to go southbound.
Yeah, no, I say sorry, that was my fault. It wasn't actually my fault.
It was both of our faults. We both screwed that quite spectacularly.
I won't be towards the rear in case of toilet. Tom, what did you do?
Yeah, we had a pretty decent train. Well, no, actually, yeah. Were you? I don't actually remember seeing. Were you on the mat or the circle?
Didn't you just put up it wasn't on the screen?
Yeah, maybe.
We'd had quite a long wait for the Jubilee line here, from memory.
A little bit. I just saw the clock flash up 15:36. Given you started exactly 2 hours behind us, you were about 10 minutes down on us at this point.
Interesting.
And can I spoil the result, or do you want me to save that?
I think most of the people here have seen the video.
So the result being that me and Ignored Ambience won and beat these two by about 20 minutes.
We've had so many tight connections.
I think we've got Mr. Gubbins phasing in and out of existence right now.
Mr. Gubbins, you will need to unmute your mic in the bottom left.
I think from memory I came somewhere nearly or probably last.
Something like that. I think you weren't technically last because Mr. Edwards was a DNF.
Yeah, true, but and even then I think that was just because of everything that happened later on.
I was basically on a very tight time schedule to get back to Birmingham and be that evening, if I remember rightly.
I think so.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember why now, but I did have to be back home.
I think this is where we got some Gubbins news.
This is where I finally have a fizzy drink.
So from here on, Ignored Ambience and I did just insanely well with the next few connections.
So everything was still going all right for me here, right up until Ealing Broadway. Ealing Broadway tactically starts to fall apart.
I think at one point I just got a phone call from Hugo asking where I was, and none of us actually really aware, apart from him, that you'd overtaken me somewhere.
If that's the call I think it was, then it was about when Hugo met back up with me and Ignored
We
Ambience.
got held here.
Because we've been the first away, Hugo came and met us at was it Earl's Court? Somewhere fairly.
Oh, this was the subplot of Kanamari get somewhere to take a piss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I was on my second bottle of drink at this point. I was.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly, and I was dying for one, and we ended
So
up.
I had fully intended to go at Wembley Park and the change there, and then we pulled into Wembley
That's
Park.
what we were thinking as well. But
And then we pulled into Wembley Park with a net to Uxbridge right alongside, and I thought, all right, fine, let's take that.
Exactly.
In the end, you just had enough time at Rayner's Lane on the double back.
Yeah.
Which was fantastic.
Yes, so the train that Mr. Gubbins was on in front of us, so the stretch from the stretch on the Metropolitan line before this one on the Jubilee, so where we got off at Bay Street, his train that he was on would have we believe passed us on the Jubilee line. If that makes any sense whatsoever.
Slim chance that we hit the
I can't remember if I was behind time at this point. I think I may have been just slightly behind time, but only by a few, like less than 10 minutes past.
Oh, I saved someone's bag here. A little kid left their bag on board the train. So this was my good deed. This made up for all of the running and shouting at people, as far as I'm concerned, because I saved a little child from losing her bag. Was there an event on at Wembley? I believe there was.
Isn't there always on?
True. Yep, I see football scarves.
And Tottenham weren't playing at home.
Yeah, we timed this much better because we were so much earlier in the day. It wasn't nearly as busy here.
So yeah, this little child left her.
Someone left their backpack.
I didn't do a hot assessment. I should have done a hot assessment on that bag before touching it.
It's alright.
Don't forget, security is everyone's responsibility.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not exactly hidden. It's not.
It was
not
under the seat.
Past people, alright? I gave a kid back a backpack. I'm a good guy. Alright, we're at Northwick. I reckon he's either at West Harrow or Harrow right now.
Yeah, we were convinced that Mr. Goins was going to be about 2 trains ahead at Harrow. Turns out he was further ahead.
Mr. Gubbins, oh, you have unmuted.
Unless they were close together, they might have regulated it.
I can't remember exactly why.
We can hear background noise from Mr. Gubbins, but not much more.
I mean, isn't that what Mr. Gubbins is? Just background noise.
Bit harsh.
Well, he's not here to defend himself.
I think he's at Harrow.
Well, he is. He's just muted and not saying anything.
Harrow or West Harrow. If he is at Rayner's Lane now, then we won't catch him.
Yeah, we were. So at first we thought we were going to catch him by the time we got to Finchley Road, and then that pushed to Rayner's Lane, and then that pushed further, and further, and further.
Yeah. We just saw a Uxbridge train. I need to get out of the rain. Just saw an
Oh, this
Uxbridge
is me
train.
just running out of the rain. This is foreshadowing for something that happens later. Don't run in the rain, kids.
Wait, so I think you're explaining on the video what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
I think we will.
The Parks Challenge of 2018 saw quite a lot of running in the rain. And then most of us calling it quits and going to the pub because we couldn't be bothered continuing.
That was a horrendous year.
I hadn't realised you had to do a Harrow on the Hill change as well. That's quite nasty.
So we were genuinely watching the subsurface network fall apart in front of us.
Yeah, we couldn't have waited, but
Tom, come back towards the microphone.
sorry. We could have waited. I was just following the good advice to take first train and change.
Yeah.
Also, you thought you'd have enough time to go to the toilet, and well, turned out you didn't. But
yeah, it didn't happen.
well, to be fair, you did because this train then sat in the platform for a rough time, but it was not worth the risk.
Exactly.
Uh,
And I was just sitting here praying for the train to get the signal because basically the other Uxbridge train was only about 2 minutes in front of this one. And then it was this train, and then an Uxbridge train 11 minutes away. So I was expecting this to hold for about 4 minutes at least.
Right, we want
And it went.
7th car first door.
That is my Rayners Lane knowledge coming in there from living there for years.
You might want to double check it. It's definitely 7th car. Okay, that wasn't too bad. That was a couple minutes. Alright, here we go. Coming into Rayners. Door 2. There could be one, Tom. Be prepared. I don't trust
Lecturing Tom about the hatefulness of Rayners Lane.
And nothing inside.
I agree with him.
We didn't have that good a connection at Rayners Lake.
Oh no, we didn't. But it wasn't awful considering what it could have been.
True.
But the amount of
think
times that I
But,
have come into
well,
Rayners
it was
with
pretty
Watkins
bad
getting
given that it put us from being about 10 minutes behind Gubbins to being. This was part of the reason we ended up so far behind. We lost so much time.
I think he got a 1 minute though.
I think he was 2 in front, wasn't he?
I'm not sure.
Unless he's all the way down.
Yeah, this was us still trying to figure out if he was here or not.
With us.
I mean, arguably we have to be at the back.
yeah, we kind of made a mistake here actually, and didn't go far enough down the train to get the right door position in common.
Down because we were holding off going down because of the rain, and then I ran down and fell onto the train. You're gonna see it in a second. That if a train wasn't there, I would have been quite screwed because I skidded. I'm used to wearing boots most of the time, and I was wearing trainers for this that just didn't have grip whatsoever. So you're gonna see this awesome skid. Look at that.
Ouch. Nearly down the gap.
That was fun.
You were nearly a PTI failure.
That was very nearly a PTI statistic.
Alright, good. At least that was fast.
What have we got in the chat?
In the end, our Ealing Common door position wasn't fatal, but it nearly was.
Yeah, that was
We were thinking that people should be getting to the pub around about this time. I'm not too sure.
what time you're at? So what this is about 4 o'clock. Yeah, no, we at this stage time wise, assuming so let me just add some times up. We were somewhere about Hounslow, so we haven't quite made it to Heathrow yet, let alone the pub. And we were the first team out. So.
Going towards Ealing Common, and he's getting on the Ealing Broadway train during 3 minutes.
I think most of my door positions on the day were based on which carriages looked the quietest, and therefore where could I actually get some extra sleep.
Well, that's tired.
Yeah, I didn't get back to my parents' house until about 1:30 or 1:40 that morning, and I had to be up at a bit after 6 to get up to Epping in time.
That's a bit mad.
Yeah, maybe going to 3 pubs that night probably wasn't the best idea.
I do have to say, Hugo saying, "Yeah, come to a challenge. Meet us at 10 o'clock at Epping." I think, what, on a Saturday morning? I had to get up. I think possibly even.
The IKEA challenge was worse for the start time.
Maybe. I'm just going to check my log.
the IKEA challenge was fun, considering that I actually had a full night's work as a radio producer ahead, and decided to.
That was afterwards rather than before, at least.
Yeah, it was after. So I'd been watching some of the race I was producing in the pub after the IKEA challenge, and then had to dash across London to get to the studio. And then try and stay awake until about... Oh, what time did it finish? It was about 8, I think, from memory, in the mornings. So, yeah.
So
Who
here we're
needs
lamenting
sleep?
on the famously slow stretch from Rayners down to Ealing Common about where exactly Gubbins is and what connections we can make. We had a tight connection that was looking feasible when we left Rayners Lane, but our train just crawled down this branch section, so we didn't make that one. Luckily, uncommonly for Ealing Common, there was actually a district line train soon afterwards, so it didn't matter too much. It was still a case of we made a pretty much instant connection there, but it would have been ideal to make the train a couple minutes before. And this is where, again, we feel like we just fell down at Tottenham Court Road, because if that Tottenham Court Road thing didn't happen, we would have made another train at the interchange after, and then the train earlier after, and we would have, we would probably be in Ealing Broadway right now.
I had to leave the station and go
so
toilets were broken.
I noticed Mr. Edwards responding to lots of.
Those central line minor delays might end up.
Yes, there's a high vis in my bag because
If his train gets
it makes me easier to spot with a black bag. No, I don't use it for cab rides. No, don't ask for cab rides. And that's pretty much it.
It also depends on platform. You know, you want to be standing in about 2.
Okay. What a beautiful night, though. You know, the surface may be slippery, Tom. I do.
We had a 0-minute interchange here, straight off one onto the other.
Yeah, we were about 45 seconds in theory over the bridge, and that's ignore ambience. That's a goal for me.
Right. Onto district line. David.
That was the only.
I think about here, I was about 10 minutes behind, but still going well. And then
When you say 10 minutes behind what?
Schedule.
And you had a schedule?
I had a rough schedule idea.
Alright.
So basically what I did is I kind of mapped it through and estimated how long it would take me.
Right, fair enough.
I don't even know how to.
Just so, more so, because when I do challenges like this, I like to have marker points to assess how I'm doing against actual.
Sure, fair enough. We were just, you know, this being my first challenge, I just, you know, took it as it came. And...
Yeah, which to be honest is what the thing you should.
It was actually a really nice challenge to do first, because although you're doing lots of like running and whatever, you don't have to think too much about the route because the route's decided for you.
Yeah, that's a good thing about this challenge. I'm not strong at planning out routes.
Yeah, this is one thing. This is one thing I kind of want to do at some point. It's something that does involve a bit more planning.
I mean, a lot of the alternative challenges you tend to go in with the route anyway. So there may be something. It's just like the R15 where you're planning on the fly all the time.
And in my case,
YouTube explain R15.
Sorry, yeah, random 15. So we go and visit 15 random stations in London that are drawn out. Know when the timer starts. What
So
station
you're told the first station, and then you get the other 14 when you get there.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of us do partake in a park run and then a cooked breakfast beforehand, because you know need to balance out the park run. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, was it both Rob and David Edwards? Did you both turn up in Loughborough?
No, I turned up wearing, I think it was jeans and a waterproof coat.
So it was just Mr. Edwards then.
Right,
yeah.
So this is us approaching Ealing Broadway, where we got absolutely shafted by the Central Line.
Oh no, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like thinking, oh, there's a train there. We're not gonna have to wait long.
Yeah. That was what we thought as well, but we got.
Why I don't really use the central line for me in Galway.
Yeah.
Running and it gets turned around quickly, which would be nice because the central has delays on it.
Yeah, that's right. The central was running with delays.
Minutes?
We were actually hoping that those delays would run to our advantage, but they did not. Because that's the thing about tube delays is sometimes that sometimes when a train is when the line is experiencing delays, you actually get a faster run through. It's slightly paradoxical.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is you know the best run you're ever going to get on a train is with a clear run in front of you and a driver who wants to go home.
Yeah.
Why are we running?
God damn.
Get out of the rain.
Okay.
Had you just missed the central line? Because it seems like every district line and the central line time to arrive into part at the same time.
We didn't even miss one. It just wasn't.
Yeah, I
Line
think
just
there
decided
wasn't
it
one.
didn't.
It got cancelled.
It's due out 6
Again, you can see the classic. I need like an action figure with a backpack with a spoiler on it.
Probably about 16.
So this, for me, is where it really did fall apart. I think I had about a 14-minute wait at.
Nowhere near.
Yeah, we had about a 9-minute wait here.
We had about 9 minutes as well, but as I said, we were 10 minutes up on you at Baker Street, and then we had half a minute at Wembley Park, 2.5 minutes at Rayners Lane, 45 seconds at Ian Common. So in that sense, we just really did really well around the northwest, and got a little bit unstuck here, but no more than you guys.
See, this is the point where we went from fairly certain that we were gonna catch Gubbins to the point where it became, ooh, we might not be able to do this.
So double bloody ender.
We should point out, although Mr. Gubbins is apparently listening and not talking, because
He's just the overseer.
but he was new to this as well and didn't know the tube quite as well as, you know, this may have been my first tube challenge, but I at least knew my way around the tube a little bit. And I was with Ignored Ambience, who's obviously done, I think, you did the Snake Challenge before, back in 09?
I did Snake Challenge 10 years before, yeah.
Were you the only one doing it again, or?
I
highlight
can't remember. I think I might have been.
You're going to see an excellent testing of the central line window seals here.
Always test the window seals.
Oh yeah.
It's absolutely fantastic. That is.
I've forgotten that.
Catch you soon.
Anyway, so you're assuming your assumption that you can catch up with the government, was that just based on him not knowing where to go?
Slightly, and also the fact that we were willing to absolutely pelt the runs.
So this is the first interchange after a nice long ride on the central line to Bond Street.
I think a 3-minute wait here or something stupid.
I just mentioned there's a latency time Terminator. So.
Mad dash for single stop on the Jubilee line now.
Yeah. So this is my famed escalator
That was,
going down fairly fastness.
The Pizzapatra of Amari.
Interestingly,
down escalator.
I'm fairly well known for that now because of the first-person journeys. I do it on purpose during first-person journeys just for the comments. It's hilarious.
Yeah, we say 4 minutes.
interesting you do it sort of quickly single stepping. My usual fast way down an escalator is double stepping, which admittedly is harder on me, but I don't know, I find it more fun.
It has a different escalator strategy. As long as it's not falling down them, then it's fine. Mine is vice grip on the handrails so that you can recover if you trip, and then single step fast as you can.
So now we've had a
Yeah, because I think mine is single stepping on down escalators and then trying to double step on up escalators.
Oh god, no, I tried very hard not to go. I think I walked up escalators occasionally, but I knew if I tried to run up an escalator, I'd knock myself out and just actually make it worse. So this was one stop to Green Park, and then the third of the three evil changes, which is a horrendously long walk from Jubilee to Piccadilly line at Green Park.
Let's go doing Green Parks up and down the escalators.
So there's some debate about this. We didn't in the end, but I think, did you, Omari?
Do
up to the ticket hall and back down.
I prefer up to the ticket. and because the Piccadilly, the corridor to the Piccadilly line just gets so crowded
That's
at times.
literally it. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not particularly a quicker route. It's just a clearer route.
It's
So it's more certain.
Yeah, it's a more consistent route in terms of being able to get up and down nice and easily. But if you hit that Piccadilly tunnel at the wrong point, you full stop.
Yeah, because there'll be no way we can round out that.
I mean, we still have a good chance of finishing quicker, which is, you know, one of the main things. The fact that we haven't quite been able to make up a 20-minute gap is, you know, not a big deal.
Here's us going into damage control mode for if we don't overtake.
The fact I reckon we came within about...
Well, I mean, overtaking requires, you know, idiocy. I mean, we're all before. To actually go the wrong way, you're not likely to overtake, much more likely to catch up.
We spend a lot of time here talking about partition that just didn't exist.
Yeah, we did. So sometimes there is one there, and it just wasn't.
This was a stuff up. I can't remember why we were how this happened. That door position.
I think there's just a lot of inaccurate data. Because you did double check it again, and it just was wrong.
You really did
So yeah, here's me just breaking an escalator. Nice bit of music background there.
I think I here for the Piccadilly line for about 8 minutes or something like that.
Oh, you're going to see the train that we got on the Piccadilly line.
Oh yeah, that was the worst train of the day. We gave up on the escalator a bit here.
Well, I was okay, but I was going constant pace. You just yeeted so fast up that previous escalator.
Oh hell yeah! So I think this might have been the someone's mic is feeding me back.
Hugo's.
And Hugo, if you just mute your mic for a sec. So it was us going back that completely messed us up, or completely messed me up anyway. Just those double escalators.
So I've always done this change. I seem to always do this change Piccadilly to Jubilee rather than Jubilee to Piccadilly. So I always get the down escalators, 2 down escalators and 1 up. Certainly going this way round is harder.
2 minutes. Not too bad. It's not too bad.
Then again,
yeah, so
I'm
you hear me there saying 2 minutes, not too bad, but internally I am screaming because I felt that run was for nothing.
We walked the corridor because we sort of felt, well, we're not going to run, we're too tired. But then heard a train coming in when we were just sort of at the top of I think there's a staircase down, isn't it? And picked up the pace a little bit, ran down the staircase and jumped on the train. It's a very decent 3-minute connection there.
So this is the worst train of the day.
Was it really that busy?
Oh god, yeah.
Piccadilly line at the weekend is always bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially with people going to Heathrow.
I think
West End Heathrow is just
we had to just give up on a door position because we literally couldn't get in anywhere else.
No, I think we made this one. So yeah, this train was not fun.
Wow. This
was our worst train of the day.
Great camera angle.
I think it got worse as we went through Hyde. This was Winter Wonderland time, so Hyde Park Corner and.
I thought Winter Wonderland hasn't started yet because it starts the end of November.
This was the 9th of
Next question: did you do South Kensington or Gloucester Road?
We done South Kensington.
So did we.
South Kensington, because Gloucester Road, it's spiral station.
And we were checking a district line. We were following a district line train that we wanted to make, and we had to
Circle line.
belt it. Sorry, circle line. We had to belt it for this connection.
In my case,
there was someone standing in front of the door, and I literally said to them, "Look, we have to run out of here. Do you mind?" And they're like, "Okay."
we did South Kensington and Gloucester Road. First one on at South Ken, then over the overbridge to go to the Circle Line. Sometimes you do get one standing in the platform there.
Yeah, South Kensington is where it really, really went horribly wrong for me. Because taken along, but Rob brought me back up, and then I'd have a litany of over 10-minute connections in about 4 or 5 of them in succession.
Yeah.
It was like every train pulling in was one which was going to somewhere that wasn't where either of us wanted to go.
Yeah, I think if I remember rightly, it was something like South Kensington was a 18-minute wait and 9 trains to actually get a Circle Line train.
Right, that's us getting out of there. Now, this was one that we just went hard for. You're going to hear some people literally, like, scream shocked. How, like, we were not taking anything on that run. Because
I think you were, like, apologising to people behind.
Oh, yeah, I apologised to people behind Tom. Because we knew that this run was, if we made that train, we were in with a shot, and if we didn't, this was our make it or break it.
Yeah, the thing is, the subsurface was so bad at this point that whatever you did...
so I thought that was us missing it there.
Was that it? We missed
you didn't know.
No, I'm not. I'm just like, and then actually, I don't really realise.
I don't know.
It wasn't even the train that... Yeah. Because the board was not working.
Didn't you look at the destination on the train?
We didn't really.
We did, because I did, and I realised that wasn't it. But I had no idea if the train in front was the one we wanted, or if the one behind was the one we wanted, or if the live departure boards were wrong, because that's a thing as well. So
yeah.
But then I looked on my phone and I said, "Oh, apparently the next one on the app is showing as a Circle Line." I don't think the boards were showing the right info. I can't remember.
No, the boards had fallen down spectacularly at South Kensington, and then the District Line was also falling to bits as per usual.
Yeah.
Like I said, we had like Ealing Broadway, Wimbledon, Richmond, Wimbledon, Ealing Broadway, Wimbledon, and then finally.
Yeah, so like here's me. Because I didn't want to get overexcited before it was actually a circle. Before I'd actually seen it was a Circle Line.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd realised it at this point.
We decided to take. I don't remember what we took. We took some kind of District Line train one stop to Gloucester Road, figuring, well, we might as well get to Gloucester Road, and then of course there's a separate Circle Line platform clockwise at Gloucester Road. So we waited there. Of course, we waited there for 13.
There was a dog on this train. I was very happy to see a dog on this train.
There was 2.
Yes, there were 2. I had to do a quick battery change as well.
4 minutes.
I think the problem with Gloucester Road is they can pull a Circle Line now. They can let a Circle Line just out of the platform, even though it's going to sit at the junction. Which I think
exactly.
Because we were hoping to get a good connection at High Street Ken.
Oh, so this High Street Kensington, this is fun. This is.
Well, we're going to see that in a minute. But
yeah, we're going to see the fun times.
I think it took us a long time to go from Gloucester Road to High Street Ken because it just leaves the platform and then we sit for.
So Tom, do you want to explain what happened at High Street Kensington with which train is next?
We'll get there. We'll get there.
41. So we're going to make that. So we're going to be on the same train as him.
So this is me predicting we're going to be on the same train as Mr. Gubbins.
The South Kensington High Street Kensington Earls Court leg is the worst bit of this because it's so unreliable.
And we've done it so well, but we could have done it better. We had a chance to actually get in front of them here, and we ended up going out on the same train as them instead of going in front of them.
Hello.
Yeah.
Cute dog.
Bye.
Yeah, South Kensington, it screwed up so badly for me. But South Kensington, we got an Olympia train out.
Oh God, yeah.
That's how badly it was at High Street Kensington for us. Sorry.
Yeah, because we had to get the Olympia train because that was like the next thing that was heading vaguely near Earls Court, wasn't it?
And then we had like an 11-minute wait at Earls Court for a train vaguely in a direction we want.
Right, I'm going to preface what happens next now with we've been on the tube for several hours at this point, and I was quite tired and quite annoyed already and had a lot of pent-up anger. That's all I'm going to say.
Before we get to that, we haven't exactly David Edwards and Rob had, which is there's an Olympia train there, and at this point we didn't know which one was going to go first because there's no estimated departure time on on the bays at High Street Ken. So we're sitting there thinking this is the one that's going to leave, and I'm looking at the working timetable and it's meant to be the one that's meant to leave.
Yeah.
Unless he's gone to that platform because he doesn't realise.
It then gets to its
Do you hear
departure.
that there? Unless he's gone to that platform because he doesn't realise, and that is exactly what happened.
So Edwards is actually on the other platform.
Gubbins.
Gubbins with
There comes the district, which we assume is going to go before the train
Yeah,
just
so
got
that
off.
was late. So that other district line is running late. So that's why we run across.
Yeah.
And this was a really bad move.
Yeah, so we press the door open so we can keep an eye on the signal, because we're currently debating if we want to run back up over onto that Olympia train.
I might have actually been a bit more... Might have been able to realise that we could have been back over the other side.
It still hasn't happened yet. You only realised when he got the signal.
And also, I'm pretty sure that if
I did my
train signals...
anyway. I told someone where this train was going, so...
Yeah. I mean, also, I'm pretty sure if a train signal's red, that means that the train driver can't actually drive the train.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's stuff probably in the way somewhere, and that would be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Probably drive at a short distance. But...
Yeah.
So we were held.
Yeah, before the brakes come on.
Yeah, exactly.
So we sat here forever. That Olympia train left late. This one also left late.
Yeah, but crucially, that Olympia train left in front of us.
Yeah, and these were out.
Knowing.
I think the train we're on should have gone first. If we look at the working timetable.
See, look, 1 minute.
Well, I know, but half into...
There is a next train indicator on top of the platforms on the overbridge, but I'm not sure whether that's working with the
Yeah, I can't remember if I looked at it or not. Yeah, I can't remember actually.
I think part of the problem is it's usually quite, yeah. Under program machines it would have been okay, but I'm not sure whether they've rewired it up for the new.
So, like we said, Gubbins was on this train. Obviously, we didn't know that at this point. We were now debating, did he get one ahead of us? But we were sure he didn't. And so, if we got that Olympia train, we would have overtaken. It still counts as catching up. That counts. That's fine. But it would have been nice to overtake. And so he got off of this train wrongly, and that's where we caught him. I'm very glad I have a tiny bit of footage of his face just outside of a train window, because it would have been very hard to put together a video where the aim is to overtake someone if you didn't capture any evidence of overtaking them.
I know you said there could have been one, but he was only on a train for 4 minutes.
So where was he on this train then?
Somewhere down it. It was quite a crowded train.
Forward. We gone down the we were near the back of the train. We've gone down, like when you go down the stairs, we turn left, which is not what most people do. So most people turn right to go towards the front.
Yeah, because he might not.
I thought the dog was going to wee on Amari's bag.
It was Tom's bag.
Yeah, but he'll be on the platform.
Yeah, I had to move the dog away from your bag because he was about to lick your water bottle.
I think there was a district line.
It would be so easy for him to be on this train, though. Think about it. He wouldn't know about Olympias.
Can't you get an app to show which train is about to leave? No, the apps only show arrival times, not departures. I tried to use the working timetable, which is the timetable.
It was just so bothered that the working timetable had gone out the window.
Yeah, the timetable just gone out the window because that Olympia train was not due to leave until after the one that we were on, but they decided to let the Olympia go in front for I don't know what reason.
So here's the magic moment about to come up.
This is very, very stressful.
It was very stressful. So we still had no idea where he was. At this point, we thought he was in ahead of us because we didn't see him. And there's Mr. Gubbins.
Hello.
And also Jenny. So do you want to explain what he'd done? And why he wasn't on our train?
He was just there. We've actually just departed without him.
Tom, why don't you explain? Yeah, this is us discussing if we would catch up Jenny. Yeah. So Jenny's the one who went ahead of...
we're not catching someone who left 40 minutes before us.
Ahead of Mr. Gubbins. So we caught someone who left 40 minutes ahead of us.
Yeah, we saw the... So we caught
nice little
two
cue.
people Nora.
I don't know.
So yeah, what the hell was he doing at this point? Why did he not go on our train?
Because we were on a Richmond train, and he wanted to wait for me to go away. So
he didn't abide by the golden rule of always get on the first train in the direction that you want.
Yeah,
Exactly.
then he decided to do the right thing and get the first train. Whereas David decided to wait.
So, what kind of run have you had?
I made my fatal mistake at Wembley Park,
Right.
where I thought I'd missed the Uxbridge train because TfL told me I had.
Right.
So rather than paying attention, when I got into the station, and my train terminated Wembley Park, so I wasn't sure if that still went to the northbound platform or went into the south.
See, having knowledge of North West London Tube here was to our advantage.
Train sits opposite, and then
Oh.
it was like all of you going for the match afterwards.
We had
I couldn't get through.
Yeah, we got stuck in that. We had an absolutely brilliant run through
Here's
Zone
me
1.
ranting about that TCR
All the
connection.
way up
That
until
plagued my
Tottenham
mind
Court
for the
Road.
entire
You see,
day.
going from Holborn
Missing
to
that bloody
TCR,
Northern
I
Line
actually
train.
caught a train by seconds, but it meant we were at the complete wrong end of a Central Line train.
I'd say High Street Ken probably did you more damage.
Was it Holborn to Tottenham Court Road?
I don't
done on
know.
Central? What was it? Something. Nah, we done right.
What makes you say that?
No. Was it? Where was it?
You'd have pushed even further ahead.
My bad. My brain's frazzled.
Not too far though, because of the connections afterwards, to be honest.
Oxford Circus is Tottenham Court Road. We got on. Literally, I think this is my Central Line door mark.
Then again, but any point at which you've just missed one, it's always going to be.
True.
Would it
That
not
TCR
made a
one
any difference?
was dominoed so much.
And we walked it because we were exhausted. And we
Whereas I think being on that Olympia train at High Street Kensington wouldn't have made too much of a difference because it was only a 2-minute matter, and I think we had a connection soon after that was more than that, so we would have made it anyway.
Missing out on a
TCR Tottenham Court Road.
A Jubilee line at Baker Street because you went towards the southbound.
The other thing is, you can always make one up, but you never know whether it would put you back onto the same one you were eventually on anyway. Due to some other missing train elsewhere.
Mr. Edwards is being an excellent chat moderator.
So I went down.
I have my uses.
I know, I've been asking to be made a moderator and it's not happened.
You can comment in the chat so I can make you.
You can make me one if you want. Or have you already?
Literally, I'm leaning around the window.
Yeah, yeah.
We're pretty sure.
Anyone who comments in the chat will be made moderator. Anyone on this call.
Mr. McCormick's just above me.
Wow.
And I'm just made a really obscure motorsport reference.
Yes, I get that one.
I say really obscure reference because I think you might be the only other person who gets it.
What did I eat for lunch?
Cooked something.
The dinner.
9 minutes to eat Broadway.
Did we eat any?
Not
We had crepes.
I think we
we
were
had a
just
pasta
snacking and we were banking on pub food.
Yeah, same.
Oh, I had a pasta salad.
Oh, you lucky soul.
I don't know where
Should have probably cut this scene.
I got Mr. Gubbins to buy me food. It's the only nice thing.
I actually packed a luncheonette. I think it was on the Piccadilly line in the end. Back from Reynolds Lane to Ealing Common. Because that was about. We changed the Reynolds Lane at just before 2 PM. So that was sort of a reasonable lunchtime.
I think I had that dreadful bacon baguette thing from Subway for breakfast.
Oh dear.
Ooh, Subway breakfast.
Yeah, Subway breakfast plus hangover, and that was not a good idea. And
Yeah, I was unnecessarily cruel then, saying, "Hey, Rob, you're hungover, had a Subway breakfast, had a problem with your leg. Why
Yeah, 'cause
don't
I'd got
David
cramp.
Edwards chase you?"
because Dave and I were meant to be teaming up for this as well. It's just the leg injury was the reason why I couldn't run so fast, and the hangover was, yeah.
The
I
difference.
do your sympathy for the leg, but definitely not for the hangover.
The difference was pretty stark. 'Cause I think Rob, you ended up with a time of like 7 hours 50 something. Does that sound right?
Yeah. I can't even remember what my time was.
whereas Ignored Ambience and I started out 20 minutes in front of you and completed in 6 hours 34. I think maybe we just made it hard to start Kensington before the subsurface collapsed too much.
Okay, Ealing Broadway.
Yeah, it was.
We had a not great but not terrible run. Like we had 6 or 7 minutes of Kensington, and otherwise fairly decent run actually going to the Heathrow.
Yeah, so I think the hangover only really started to hit when I got to Stratford. And then after that, I just thought, I feel like shit right now. So yeah, that was yeah, it was actually the first tube challenge I've done with a hangover as well. I'm hoping it's the last.
Oh yeah, this is where Gubbins wasn't in the door position that we hold him to.
I'm calling David Gubbins. We got it on diver. Can I get a handshake? No. I don't get a handshake.
Oh, pre-coronavirus days, you could shake hands.
God, our hands are probably so dirty at this point as well. Don't think we've washed our hands like. When did I last toilet stop? Was probably Ealing Broadway, so probably haven't washed my hands since Ealing Broadway.
I have one key question.
That was why at lunch after washing my hands at Renner's Lane.
Was that just as you were leaving Arron Hill?
I mean,
so he was on the one in front. We thought we watched you leave Arron Hill because we were coming in on a Watford train just as that text pinged in.
We were on that point, we were on the same train. District line train.
See, we were. That means that the Archbishop train you got was the train that we got off of at Baker Street.
Like an 11-minute wait to Acme Town as well, didn't you, Rob?
Oh yeah, that as well.
And that was the point. I was like, I'm going to call this a day and just go get off at Hatton Cross.
And go to the pub, yeah.
But
and
did
then
you
when
not
we're
make it to the pub?
No, because
You made it to the pub, but you didn't finish.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I thought you got into the pub. That's why I was confused. I knew you didn't finish, but
I'd left before you'd arrived, I think.
Yeah. No, I knew that as well. We were hoping to.
Yeah, I had to be on the 2103 back to Euston or something like that. Oh, sorry, back to Birmingham from Euston.
I think in the pub I spent half the time just playing darts and messing around with the jukebox.
Yeah, because you guys must have been getting there like 2 hours before us.
Well, you say that.
Yeah.
Your plan was to get there 2 hours before you.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a link to the leaderboard on the forum?
Oh, I did have. Let me find it. 2 seconds.
The Gubbins did put the whole thing in rail mode.
Okay, that was about 10 or 11.
Oh, I put the whole thing in my spreadsheet. I don't do rail mode.
We saw a lot of rare trains.
We did.
We saw South Woodford, Leytonstone. What else?
It was actually quite a good run because the service was disrupted, which made it interesting, but without any suspensions, which would have made it impossible.
True.
What is the official rules if there is a suspension along the route of the Snake Challenge? Do you just have to wait it out?
Yep.
Yeah.
What if it's like a really long suspension, like a person under train or something?
I think you do what I did, where you basically note the station you abandoned at and see who and time, and then.
I suppose you could.
The District Line and Piccadilly Line services to other destinations. This is a Piccadilly Line service
it's not
to
like
Heathrow Terminals 4 and 1
I don't
2
know Hounslow either. I know you don't, but Hounslow is very busy. Thanks for telling me. You're welcome. Maybe I'll take you on a tour of Hounslow one day.
That sounds horrible.
No respect for Hounslow.
I mean, I've been to Hounslow all kinds of different times of day, and
How are we doing?
Yeah.
You haven't crossed any of those.
I've been to Hounslow as well.
How are we doing?
Yeah, you've got to start again.
Yeah, he has.
We're nearly there.
so here's the evidence that Gubbins didn't actually do it.
Yeah, that's important. Tom, you got a bit ahead of yourself there.
Is it not quicker to get the...
Oh yeah, I just got.
Yeah, here's the average. Tom just went.
I'm crossing out everything.
Oh, yeah.
Cheater.
Absolute mess.
Oh.
It is what it is.
This is Heathrow Terminal 4.
So this was it. So we got here. Then we had a really bad connection here as well. This was really bad. Wasn't it 15 minutes?
Hey guys.
Yeah. Obviously, the Piccadilly line is the inferior way to navigate Heathrow.
I don't think we filmed the whole. We didn't actually film the DMI. We waited for like 15 last minutes.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling confused because it's saying it's going to a place we're already here. It's not even that busy.
Let's do this.
It wasn't actually very busy for the Lewis Gallon, though, was
Us two stay the same. You guys.
it? But that will have been because of that one Heathrow Terminal 1, 2, and 3 terminator that they ran. Is there a crossover before Terminal 5, or do they have to run by the turnback? I'm going on Carlton Metro to point out.
No crossover.
There's no crossover. They have to be on the turnback. Oh, that would be why. Then that would be why they. And that's why they will have turned at Terminal 1, 2, and 3 because they have to turn by the turnback. At Terminal 5. I don't know why they use a turnback at Terminal 5. Why didn't they just put a crossover in? Well, passenger flow, I suppose.
There we go.
It's going to be this one. Do you know what? 2054. You ready?
Yeah.
All the best, my friend.
Let's do it.
Stop.
There's our final time.
6:55:01.
So, in first place was Mr. Dave McCormick and Thomas Wood with 6 hours 34.
So
oh, look at that. It's brilliant train service there. Absolutely brilliant.
we had to run. We had a pretty tight connection to get on that. And I remember running to that free ticket machine and printing out about 10 of them when I only needed 4.
That's quite funny.
Yeah, you guys were second in the end with 6 hours 55 and 1 minute.
There's some great music in the background there.
Copyright strike.
Yeah.
Oh look, there's Rob. Dave.
Have we done
so there's
it?
There's your little insight, and Thomas Wood must have been there somewhere.
Yeah.
There's your little insight into all the people.
Yeah, so
in the video.
The sheer amount of people. Hang on, I'll scrub back a tiny bit.
Oh yeah, because I think I had like the last word in the video, and of course it bleeps out.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, you can see me there in the super dry beanie hat.
Oh, love it. Love the Oh, that was so packed, and we had to eat. I'd like get some food there because I was starving. I was craving that food.
I think I ate. What did I eat? I can't remember what I had.
I can't remember what I had, but it was good.
I think I had a pizza and, ironically, given what had happened the day before, a pint.
Hair of the dog, Rob.
Absolutely.
I remember they had a.
Too right.
They had a deal on, which was like two dinners for, I can't remember what it was, but that we all went up into.
Oh yeah, quite a good deal to be fair.
Yeah, it's just pretty nice.
The nearest pub to Hatton Cross, though, wasn't it? Not much else around there.
I mean, to be fair, getting back afterwards was quite interesting, given that my phone had completely run out of battery and my battery pack had stopped working as well.
Oh.
Did you go back to I've forgotten exactly where you live, but southwest somewhere?
Yeah, Basingstoke. So I think in the end I got a bus to somewhere on the Great Western Main Line, got the train to Reading, and then got the train down from Reading to Basingstoke and a taxi home, all with no mobile phones. So I was just basing it off of, that station name sounds familiar.
Yeah,
we got the bus to, or did we walk to Feltham, or did we get the bus to
We got a bus to vaguely near Feltham, but the bus wasn't going into Feltham Station because there were roadworks.
Oh, right. And then Gubbins had to run ahead.
Because Gubbins ran like the wind to make...
Well, his bag was in a storage locker or a storage.
Yeah, he had to get to somewhere before like 11 o'clock.
Or his bag was literally stuck overnight in King's
Yeah.
Cross.
Yeah.
Because I was spending the that sounds a bit dodgy. I was spending the night with Gubbins, but I sort of was to be well.
Wow.
I ended up being with him until 6 o'clock the next morning.
Wow.
No. All safe for work.
Sure. Anyway, so he made an earlier friend than we did, but those of us who had been in the pub ended up heading out towards London and then split up at Clapham Junction, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good day, that.
It was. It was bloody
really
nice. And it took... It took my legs about a week to recover.
I'm very glad as well that we done it before IKEA Challenge. It was like a good warm-up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do another one of these to your IKEA Challenge, actually.
We will do something. This is,
Yeah, we should do
the
one.
challenges, I believe, are going to become a running theme on this channel. And that's all to... He's not here now, but that's all to thank to Hugo. Big round of applause.
I am here.
Oh, he is. I thought you just disappeared. Yeah, exactly. You disappeared off the face of the world for a minute. But yeah, big shout out to you, man, because you are obviously the one who put the toil into organising these mental challenges.
I mean,
have you got anything that you
I'm
want
not
to plug?
I'm not the one who has to run 128 stations. I just went shopping that day. And I went down to Hammersmith.
Great day.
And,
Well,
yeah.
You seem to go shopping on a
And
lot of
caught up
these
with everyone.
challenges.
He does, doesn't he? But
Did you wait?
Is there anything
did
you want to plug? Oh, do you want to plug
challenge?
maybe all the buses? You with us with Hugo?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to plug maybe all the buses or something like that? I know that's another video that's not on my channel that you might want to...
It's quite old.
What else
Might
you
break it up at some point.
Yeah, and again, if anyone ever is sort of bored or anything like that, maybe we will do a IKEA challenge version of this commentary. Do let us know. I mean, we've had quite a good run today. I'd definitely be more willing to do that. Some more quality quarantine content on this channel. What else have I been doing? Oh, you may have noticed before I was running a constant live stream of the first-person journeys. They were semi-popular, to be honest. There was always one or two people viewing it, which is pretty good for a constant live stream. But that was just a loop of all of them. I might bring that back if you are missing your morning or evening commutes.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh, are you not? I am, to be honest.
Well, I'm
messing
on some pretty ropey tubes, so.
Yeah. Obviously, my commute on Thameslink is actually quite nice, and it's through some nice countryside. So that's.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I have a lot of different.
Once I end up on trains, Thameslink or LNER in my case, I don't mind it, but I don't know. I've just gotten off, but I don't dislike the tube. I just don't like doing it at rush hour. So
yeah, fair.
Or when it's busy.
Yeah, I want to do a tube challenge again.
Same.
I really do. Actually, I have a idea for a challenge. Now, I'm not going to disclose it to you guys on YouTube because I don't know if it's going to happen yet. I think quite a lot of the people on this call know what I'm talking about. That's absolutely mental. I don't know if it's been done before, but I don't think so. And is only slightly maybe possible and would probably take over 24 hours. And I'd love to do it, and we'll see if that happens. So maybe keep an eye out for that.
Is this the one involving getting off everywhere? Let's just put that.
You could say that, but not actually getting off of trains everywhere. But yeah, that might be a thing. Maybe not. I think there's gonna be, once we are out of the other end of what's going on right now, quite a good time for challenges.
Someone's just suggested a Wagamama challenge on the chat.
A Wagamama challenge. It's one for Hugo to think about.
How many of them are there?
0 at the moment, so it's very easy.
Yeah, that's
Done it. Done it again.
And yes, Battersea Power Station will reset the tube challenge record.
It will.
We have no clue when that's opening, so...
It's probably going to also reset south of the Thames, and will it also reset Zone 1 as well?
Yeah, it's in Zone 1.
Yeah, it'll reset quite a lot of challenges, so...
Yeah.
I didn't realise Battersea Power Station was in Zone 1.
Yeah,
are we officially now calling it Power Station?
Moving to Zone 1/2. And then Battersea and Nine Elms will be in Zone 1, which will mean it will end up in the situation that Notting Hill Gate's in, which is you have to pass through Zone 2/1 to get into Zone 1 from...
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Right.
Because otherwise it'll be a situation of Kennington, you'll be passing through Zone 2 to get into Zone 1. So they're moving Kennington to Zone 2/1.
Yeah. So, I'm going to wrap up now.
Yeah.
Because this doesn't relate to the Snake Challenge video. And we are going to be back, or some of us are going to be back, I believe. Because I'm going to play a little bit of OpenBV and these guys are going to critique me.
Yeah, so I'll probably be dropping in and out of that one.
Yeah, dropping in and out.
And to be fair, I don't know if I'm going to participate in Mr. Marshall's pub quiz later.
Ooh, we'll have to see what happens with that. Yeah,
we'll see.
We shall be back shortly, so I'm going to wrap this stream up now. Don't go anywhere. Don't untune your computers from this channel. That got away from me. We shall, or at least I shall, be returning probably in the next few minutes. Anyway, if anyone wants to say bye.
Bye.
Plug any social media or anything like that.
Bye.
Twitter.com/TheTomCal.
Yeah, Twitter.com/Marianne or techandtrace11.uk. Go to my site.
TomCal.me. Although that is my site is really out of date, so I shouldn't really plug it.
And you'll find respective social medias for all of us down below. But,
yeah, we'll stick it in the
exactly.
thing.
I'll stick and Matt for the challenge. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Ta-ra.
Bye.
Bye.